everybody. Welcome back. So I spent that entire break like frantically getting the alley map together. So give me like 1 second to finish moving some of this stuff around.
It feels like this episode has been the actiony, blasty culmination of a bunch of really slow episodes beforehand.
Right? It's like this is definitely the action movie.
I'm like, are we gonna
sequence.
blast through chapter 4 in like a day?
I think chapter 4. Well, chapter 4 is a series of interconnected like vignettes, basically, and it's time variable too. So so it's pretty it's sort of unpredictable in that way, which is cool. I like that about it. So here's what we see, and I'm gonna just move everybody over to this map because honestly the action is over at the windmill. The windmill has nothing left to offer you except some like people that are squatting there, I guess.
I was gonna interrogate pigeons.
Yeah, you can still do that. Don't worry.
Okay.
We're gonna stay in initiative order. But give me 1 second to just pull all that stuff back up. Okay, Arn leaves the initiative order. The Spine Devils I can put back on. Okay, let me bring everybody, including chat, over to this screen, and we can all see what the AF is going on. All right, so here's the alley. So you can see, Jewel, you're up here in this corner. I will add the 3 Spine Devils.
Those horses are so big.
Yeah, they're draft horses. His name's Willifort. Willifort Crowell.
Wow, Willifort Crowell.
Mhm.
Is he a footman by chance?
He
Or
is.
a butler of sorts?
Yeah, he's the
Wow.
guy.
From Gilneas.
Yeah, he's from Gilneas. Totally. This whole caravan is here just straight from Gilneas. Yeah. So Willifort is actually up on the little guy. There's 2 draft horses. I mean, yeah, like technically they would kind of be like this shape, I guess. Sorry, Bojack. But no, they take up that kind of sort of space.
They're large.
Yep. And then the 3 Spine Devils are like dipping in towards the target. So the alley. Let's do some quick math. So the players, the other characters, Makaria, and now we don't need to worry about the granularity of your specific map. We just need to worry about, now for you, we've zoomed out to the Waterdeep map. You are, what do we say, 200, and this chase ended at 300 feet. So you are 300 feet away. So I will mark that on there. And then 8, you have essentially like 1 turn of movement. So 8...
I'm like 240.
You are 240. Yeah, you're 240 feet away.
Sounds good.
Okay. All right. So, let me re-add the Spine Devils. They were on a 4 on the initiative order. Cool. Okay. So Jewel, you just finished your turn. And I think Willifort. Let me look at his passive perception. I think he knows they're being pursued. So yeah, I think I can add him. I'll roll initiative for him. This is kind of the end of the first turn in the order. So I will roll for Willifort Crowell.
I got a dumb idea, but I look forward to trying it.
Me too. Also, chat, remember, if this is your first time in this chat, or if you have forgotten, you're going to see some shit. Don't tell the players what you're seeing, because then that'll ruin everything. Well, not everything, but don't be a ruiner. Okay, so this dude's initiative is a +4. Willifort. So Willifort gets a 21. Oh, so he's going to go next, basically. Perfect. Okay, Willie. So, Jewel, you land on this rooftop, having just narrowly avoided a magical trap. You see the Spine Devils as they auger in, flying full speed, wings tucked towards the carriage. You see this man in his feathered cap, and it's like, yeah, he looks like a Bloodborne NPC, right? He stands up, and he turns, like he stands up in the seat, and he looks. He sees the devils coming towards him, and he gestures with his hand like, "Come to me, my children of the night," right? And let's see, the adventurer says specifically what he does when he sees them coming in.
Turns into a cloud of bats.
Yeah,
flies
right.
away.
Totally. Oh, okay. So there's like a bodyguard. There's a guard standing in the trash, kind of over here. Let me add him. And Willifort, when he sees you, he commands that guard. Yeah. Okay, so he sees you. He orders he points and he gestures at you like, get her. And they turn. And so we've got to roll a couple more initiative rolls here for some various people because now it's become a fight, right? Unless you want to run away.
There's your Gorget goals.
Let's see.
Right there. Look at that. That's chunky.
Okay. So I'm going to roll this in secret. Well, not from you, chat. Plus, where's the initiative on this guy? 3. Okay. Perfect. All right. And then one more for the guard. And the guard has a +2. Wow, nice. Okay. All right. So let's add him in. There we go. Okay. Yeah, this is a complicated encounter. All right. So Jewel goes. The guard looks at Willifort, but he reacts before Willifort can do anything. Willifort hasn't noticed yet, so the guard doesn't get his first turn. And on Willifort's turn, he points at you, and he's like, get her. And then now the guard has an order. So 8, I assume you just want to like move at full speed. Now, you're going to do the same thing that Jewel did where you just like book it across the roof?
Yeah. I'm actually fairly decent at jumping.
Yeah. And you have like hella constitution, right?
Yes, I have 4 constitution, so I have 7.
You have 7 before you'll never get there without having a roll. So, okay. So I assume move and dash?
Yes, please.
Okay, so that means 190?
80.
180. Yes, that's right. Okay, I'm going to use a darker color so I can actually see it. So you need to roll on the complications table.
Sure.
As you dash across the roof.
1 complication.
1. Okay, a 1 on the rooftop chase complication table. Okay, here we go. So you come to a 10-foot wide gap between rooftops. You can jump over the gap if your strength is 10 or higher. Each foot you clear costs 1 foot of movement, and you must succeed at a DC 10 acrobatics check or fall prone on the far rooftop. Or you can cross the gaps using a 15-foot-long rope that stretches between the 2 rooftops. Each foot of rope costs 2 feet of movement. Obviously, you're not going to use the rope.
No, I can jump literally twice this far.
Okay, so you just hurl yourself over the complication. Make that acrobatics check.
Sure.
Nice, no problem. Okay. So you hurl yourself across. So all it does is just cost you movement, but you're still moving in the same direction. So you're good. Okay. All right. So that's 8. Makaria and Rin, what are the 2 of you going to do? So Makaria first, you have this body you've dragged.
I think that so I didn't see Jewel and 8 jump out the building. So I don't realize that there's any chase happening at all. Right.
You are blissfully ignorant. Yeah.
But my thought is that eventually Rin will come down the stairs and she'll tell me.
I love it. Makaria is like, I can do whatever dumb, evil shit I want because Rin will show up and be like, okay, Makaria, here's what we need to do.
Yeah.
No, that's nice. You're like, I can only be this useless because I know someone, Rin, will take care of us.
I don't know that anything is happening. I think that probably in her thirst for vengeance, everything else that was happening is completely out of her head.
No, it's perfect. I love it. I love it so much.
But when Rin finishes whatever she's doing, I guess there's an action prepared. I want to try and convince her to convince one of the bums to take this body back to our house.
You want to pay a bum to be like, take this dead body to this rundown inn in the Noble District.
No. You missed a step. She wants to convince me to convince
Rin right. You're like, the bums will never listen to me.
They're all scared of me. They saw me.
Good. So you're just going to hold your action until you see Rin.
Yeah.
Okay. Rin.
I mean, they all just saw me murder someone. They're not going to deliver this corpse for me, but for Rin, she was very convincing. I don't know.
Right. Yeah. Okay. Rin, upstairs, you have opened your mind to the language of the pigeons.
I have.
And so
yes.
they're cooing and warbling It's still cooing and warbling, but now you can speak to them if you'd like.
I do indeed understand the language of pigeons,
Okay.
and I coo at them in pigeon language. This large, I assume, large crowd of pigeons.
Yeah, there's like 30 of them in here.
I mean, like, hi, just to like make myself known.
Yeah, so when you say that, they're like, what? What's going on? What's happening? What's happening? She can talk.
What?
Oh my God, I can understand her. What's happening? Oh my God. And they're all like mumbling to each other. And then one of them is just like stupidly looking out the window, like not paying attention. But the rest of them, they're all looking at you like, what? What's happening? What's going on? Who is this person?
I need some help. And I'm hoping you might
help,
be
she
able
says.
to help.
She needs help. She needs help. What does she need help with? I don't know. You ask her. No, you ask her. I'm like,
I'm looking for something. You probably get all around the city. Like this vast flock of
yeah, and they're like in their chorus voice, like, yes, we're very well traveled. Usually, so it's like you're talking to almost a hive mind in the sense that like one of them will come up with an idea and it will quickly spread to all of the others as if it was their idea.
You're like the first one to speak, and the rest are like,
and the rest of them agree.
That.
Yes, that. What he said, that one exactly. Yeah, and they're like, yes, we are. Travel all over the city. We know Waterdeep all over the place. Yes, flying and landing and pooping.
Does the name Castellanter mean anything to any of you? Have you heard it?
One of them is like, they don't understand languages.
They don't know
so
it.
Like they're just like, what is a Castellanter? I don't know. Have you ever seen a Castellanter before? Can we eat it? Is it around? Is it delicious? Do you have one? Can I have it?
Is there a place where many people in red robes gather together? Humans or
yeah.
human
Okay, yeah. Make a persuasion check.
Okay. 20.
Nice. Red robes. Yes, red robes. Many men in red robes. Oh, yes, we've seen it. And they describe a place, right? They say like down by the water, a big building, and they're like describing something. What's your passive history? This is a really weird thing.
Like passive history?
If you had a passive history.
11.
Okay. The place they have described to you.
But I do also live in Waterdeep and have for the
Yeah. The place they have just described to you is the Thayan Embassy.
Oh. God damn it.
Yeah. They're like, yeah, big, tall building, 3 stories, men with tattoos, red robes, many red robes.
Yes.
I feel like Rin, with her experience of having been a bird, it's easier for her to understand the context clues they're giving about where a place is.
It's like, okay, all right. Well, thank you for your help. And I like close the door. I'm done with these pictures.
And so you close the door to a chorus of like, goodbye, bye. It was nice talking to you. Goodbye. Like click.
and head downstairs and probably run into Makaria.
Okay, yeah. So you walk down the stairs and you see Makaria and you see the dead body, the like blood and like, her face like twisted in a rictus grin of like fear and horror.
I think no. I hear Rin coming down the stairs and I like step in front of the body.
Hey, Rin.
Hey.
Right. Okay. So you just see like legs sticking out from behind Makaria, who stands up.
Could you like do me a favor? It's nothing bad, I promise.
The others are in pursuit of some devils. I don't think we really have time.
No, it'll be quick. It'll be so quick. Can you? Because I think that all of these homeless people are scared of me. Can you ask
why?
Yeah, and you're being watched right there. Now that you're inside, like all the doors are open, and there's like 3 or 4 people like all peering out of the doors. Like, what the fuck's that?
Can you ask one of them to deliver something to our house? It's a little large to carry with us to the Castellanters.
Is it going to take longer to tell you not to do it?
Yes.
Yeah, I figured as much. Here's the deal. I will try and convince them, and I say try because I don't know if I'll succeed because you've clearly scared them with your killing of this person. I say, like, pointing at the obvious legs sticking out behind you. I will try and convince them, and I say try, and the deal is never interrupt me again.
Shit. No deal.
I can't promise.
That's the deal.
She does that thing where she like puts her hand behind her back, crosses her fingers, and says, "I promise."
Good. And then I walk past her to whoever's sort of nearest, like looking up the door.
So on your next turn, you can I'll roll to convince. Okay. All right. Cool. Okay, so it's gonna be the Spine Devil's turn. Just see. How far away are you from the wagon? You're like 75 feet. Okay.
I'm trying to get to you as quickly as possible, friends. To be fair, I don't even know where you are. So.
All right. So one of the devils continues forward and lands on the cart and presents a green and gray stone, which you see disappear into the pockets of one Willowfort Crowell.
They don't even have a bag for it? Like,
no,
they're
they were just,
like,
he was clutching it. Yeah, maybe he like has it in his mouth. He's like, blah, like barks in his head. And he takes the stone. You don't get it. You just catch the briefest glimpse of green and gray. And he puts it, and he pets the Spine Devil. And he's like, good boy. And then the other two come flying at you, shrieking. So you are going to get attacked by Spine Devils.
It's not good.
No, it's not. It's not good.
It's really not.
So let's
Jewel
see.
is operating on the principle of speed and not
Yeah,
life.
right. You just Han Solo'd this shit. You like chase them. You come around the corner, you're like,
Yeah.
motherfucker, it's full of stormtroopers. Yeah, so you get forked. 2 fork attacks. So first Spine Devil tries to fork and bite you. Misses on the first swing. Tries to bite you. Another miss. You're just like dodging for your life. The other one, fork attack, which is a miss. You are lucky your armor class is so high. And a bite, no attacks. So they're just like swarming you, batting at you with their wings, trying to stab you.
I didn't even think I had a high armor class. I'll take it.
I mean, compared to these guys' attack roll, your dexterity it's saving your butt. So yeah, they're flailing at you and trying to murder you. And that is their turn. Jewel, it's your turn. One of them is injured. You see one of them has like an arrow wound on its shoulder.
Okay, so she knows that they have already done the trade-off. So there's no point, like the devils are pointless to her, but the cart is important to her.
Yep.
So I think what she's gonna do is she's going to disengage.
Okay.
And then I guess her goal is to get into this like alleyway on the other end of the roof. If I can actually be in the program, ping it. And then like hide.
Oh yeah, run and hide in that alley. Sure.
Yeah, like run and hide in that alley, and then like hopefully when she hears the sound of the cart driving away, maybe it'll calm down. But she can like try and
you hear the carriage stereo come on. And you hear
and the sound of like
yeah, okay.
as the horsies go horse.
Mm-hmm.
And hope that maybe they won't come and find her. So that's her goal.
Okay.
It might end poorly for her. So I think to get all the way across the roof, I need to dash, right?
From here to
I
the
don't
edge.
have
Yeah, it's 55 feet from where you are.
Okay. I don't have enough for that. I don't
so
think.
you can disengage as your action. You can move 30 feet, and then you can bonus action dash, right? As a rogue.
Yeah, I just won't be able to hide.
Correct. Yeah, you'll just drop down to the alley.
That
Which means when they get to go, they'll just chase you over the edge, and then because you'll lose you have to drop out of sight into the alley to hide from them. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's not great. I probably am not going to succeed at stabbing them, but she's going to try anyway. Like running away from them is not going to work. Okay, I'm going to do this. So I'm going to disengage because I have a short bow. That was the weapon she has anyway.
Yes,
so I
you're
need
holding
to
your
get
hand,
farther away from them. And then I'm going to move 30 feet away from them. So I can disengage as my bonus action, move 30 feet, and then shoot at them for my action.
That sounds right.
Cool. All right. I think
where would you like to go 30 feet?
Probably still towards that alleyway.
Okay.
So just cross the roof.
Sounds good.
I don't know, whatever's 30 feet away. So sure.
Off this building onto the next building. Okay. Yep.
And then turns around and is going to ping at the one that is injured.
This is totally the like you're running away and you turn in mid run and like jump and shoot an arrow and then like roll.
But it probably won't be that cool.
Dramatic fucking
like that terrible slow-mo shot from the Robin Hood trailer.
Yeah.
Yes, you hit.
Wow,
I assume you're targeting the injured one, which is this one. Okay.
For a beautiful 17 points of damage.
Not 17, just 8 because it's not a sneak attack because you don't have your
You're not within 5 feet,
swashbuckler is you have to be within 5 feet, right?
Swashbuckler
I guess
requires that you're-
technically the fancy footwork still requires me to be next to them.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
It's you have to be with
Fine.
them and no one else.
Okay. All right. It is clear to you upon
Nailed it.
firing at this distance now. Eight was too far away to notice this, but it's clear to you at this distance that they are supernaturally resilient to your attacks. It is being wounded, obviously, as is evidenced by the blood that drips from the arrow wound. But you scratch its demonic hide, and it doesn't hurt nearly as bad as you would have expected.
Damn it.
Yeah.
Not surprised.
Oh, good. Our 2 non-magical damage characters are going to get there.
So the guard on his turn, Willifort looks to him and he says, "Come with me. Our business here is done." And the guard hops up on the other seat, and that's his turn. And then Willifort whips the draft horses, and they go. So he starts to move towards the edge of the. Here. What's the movement on a draft horse? 40 feet. Okay. So they move 40 feet and they pull the wagon with them. Is that? Oops. Nope. Q at them. There we go. 40 feet. They have to squish to get through the alley, but that's okay.
How's it going to fit out of this thing?
I don't know. It's fine. It's like all those dungeons that have like a dragon that couldn't fit in its own lair. So yeah, he whips the thing and the wagon begins to roll away. 8. Let's have you roll on the complication table first and then figure out how far you move. If your plan is, you tell me your plan, it's just to move, right?
Yeah, it's just to move. I can't.
Okay.
I'm nowhere near close enough, and they're in an alley and
Yep.
stuff. So.
And that'd be 100, you'd be at 120 feet. So make your complication roll. 11. No complication on an 11.
Okay.
So just.
Do run.
And what's great is there's all these people in these houses that look up like, what the hell just happened? Like looking out the window, like, is that thunder or okay?
Yeah, God, how much do I weigh?
Yeah.
Like 450 pounds.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Later, there's going to be people who are going to have to pay contractors a lot of money to fix the damage you were causing. Come fall.
Just massive smashed roof tiles.
All right. Makaria, you look up, and when you do, some of the squatters kind of like they flee because they're terrified of getting murdered by you insane people. What do you do with your turn?
I think that like I'm just trying to look as like it's that person who is obviously awful, who's trying to look like as innocent as possible, standing in front of the corpse that she wants someone to carry. But like I think that what I do is I hand Ren some gold to like. Because I'm not going to make her pay for my favor, right?
Yeah. Okay.
I'm not that much of a dupe.
So Rin, if you want to bribe them, you have advantage on your persuasion roll.
Okay.
All right,
So
Rin?
I take the offered bribe to give to them.
Mhm.
And I'm like, excuse me. If you'd like to make some quick money and you look like the kind of person who might, we just need you to move this body for us.
Okay. Make a persuasion roll.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
27.
nice. Okay. So some of them are like, they look at the body and the body's got this horrible rictus face and they're all just kind of like, oh, I don't know. This is scary. And then you hear a voice from inside. You hear this man's voice and he's like, out of the way. And he like opens the door and there's this big dude. He's like 7 feet tall. He's got this big shaggy
Hell
black
yeah.
beard with like bits of white in it. He looks like he's Rashemi.
Okay.
And he's like filthy, except he's got a pair of like little glasses on the end of his nose. And he like looks at you and he's like, I am not scared of corpse. Give it to me. And he like kind of pushes you out of the way and he walks
Yeah,
around and he
like,
scoops his body
Sort
up.
of thumb over at it.
And he looks down at you, Makaria, and he's like, you did this?
Yes.
Good. And he just turns and he walks towards the door and he's got the coins you gave him in his hand. And he tucks them into his pocket and he looks at you, Makaria, and he says, where do you want it?
Troll Skull Manor. There's garbage around. Just hide it there until we get to it.
I know this place. And he just turns and walks off.
Now I think, and like I turn to Makaria, like now I think we should try and catch up with our associates.
Oh, did they go somewhere?
The castle. Yes, I told you when I came down the stairs. You were too busy talking about a dead body. They are chasing the devils. I know that those devils are headed to the castle lanterns, so we need to find out exactly where their residence is and go there.
Sure.
Okay.
Should I just mark off like 5 gold or like how much gold?
Yeah. Okay. If you didn't check first, you just grab some. I'll roll, and we'll figure it out.
I just like 5 gold. There you go.
7
See?
gold.
Oh, 7 plus 2. Okay.
You just grabbed like a handful, and it happened to be that many.
Yeah, that's
some
fine.
dragons.
Some dragons.
All right. So, Rin, that's your turn. Now, I have some bad news for you, Jewel. So as you're attempting to escape, you feel the fluttering of wings, and you hear like giggling near you, and someone says, actually, let me check and see if they speak. Yeah, they speak common. You hear one of them, you hear a voice be like, "Where are you going, little cat?" And the other one's like, "Not so fast, kitten." And you see materialize 2 tiny flying demons who,
Oh no!
as they materialize, they attack you.
They're so small. I can't even see them. They're so small.
Yeah, they're tiny. They're tiny little
impies.
tiny little
Oh.
impies.
Oh my god, they're imps! They're
Yeah.
so cool.
So they appear, and you notice they have these like scorpion tails, and they snap out at you. Technically, they're devils.
Confident that Jewel is not going to make it out alive.
Yeah. So the first one, they both have advantage because they're decloaking. So the first one attacks with advantage, gets a 20. You take 14 damage.
Ow.
Wow.
Yeah, and down you
That is
go.
it. She's down.
Yeah, and so you feel the poison suddenly like rush through your system, and your vision gets blurry, and you're surrounded by like demons with pitchforks and little devils as you like tumble forward towards the floor.
Bats at them.
Yeah. Now, you don't have anything that can reduce that damage, right?
No, you don't get the
I just wanted to make sure.
until a lot later.
Okay. All right. So you're knocked unconscious. They're not here to kill you, though you may. I mean, I think like the chase is kind of over, right? Like
They just wanted to make sure she couldn't follow.
they just want to make sure you couldn't follow. So you don't get to see what happens. We kind of tune out of that scene until 8 shows up. And 8, when you get into the scene, all signs of the little devils are gone. They have fled the scene or returned to the pits of hell. There is a man standing out in the alley smoking a pipe. This guy, his name is Store Owner.
Storona.
Sure, right.
His name is a Store Owner, which is a really weird fantasy name that I'm sure they put a lot of time and energy into.
Yeah, first name Blaze.
That's right. Yeah.
With an A-I-S-E.
Yeah. Store Owner.
Blaze.
Oh, that's true. Yeah. Can you hold on? I need a saving throw. I need a saving throw from you, Jewel.
Yeah, I'm still 2 turns away.
I assumed that was.
No, you're fine. It was the poison. I just wanted to check to see how much poison damage you took. It isn't about death save. I forgot to give you. I owed you a save for that. It was 7 damage piercing, 7 poison, but so you're out anyway. And I think when you get there, 8, you see up above you, you see Jewel lying unconscious on the roof, like one hand dangling over the rooftop.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I jumped down, I guess, at some point. That's cool.
Yeah, I think you came from the other side.
Sure. Oh, yeah, and I... how, like, tall is the building?
Like 10 feet.
Okay. Then I rush as quickly as I can to climb up.
Okay. Yeah. So you clamber up. So let's see how Jewel is doing. Can you make 2 death saves for me, Jewel?
Not. I assume the one I just made was for.
That was that wasn't that. Oh, that one should have been. Sorry, that one should have been a Constitution save.
Okay, it would have been 10 total. Then.
Okay, so that's fine. Same effect.
Okay, so
now two death saves. You're at flat here.
Don't roll a 1.
18, so 1 success.
Okay.
Okay.
And it's 10 or higher or 15 or higher. I don't remember.
10 or higher.
10.
We're not doing and
Okay,
one.
so Jewel is at 1 fail, 1 success, and you can on this turn if you want 8 make a medicine check.
Please want to.
Everyone should have you should all have inspiration from all this stuff before. So if you want to use it,
I mean, it's just a rogue. There are so many rogues. In this. I don't need inspiration.
you just reach down and just put her in a bag.
Is it
I
drop
don't-
her in a
Eight just
river?
puts
Like,
his big metal hand over her
Her
face.
face. Ah! Yikes.
No, I
another
don't
body
want
for Macaria.
I don't want to use inspiration because I have a medicine kit.
Oh, you do? Okay, good. All right, so you stabilize Jewel. You clamber up onto the roof, and you see that Jewel has been, like her eyes are all like, I think it's called like scleric, like they're all like red, and yeah, she's been poisoned. She's like got some froth. Maybe she's rabid. You don't know. You don't know how these these humanoid types work.
Yeah, I like look. I'm like not really even trained in medicine. I'm just like, and I just bandage up the wounds and hope that helps. But apparently it does.
Okay, so you are prone and unconscious. You're stable, so
I
you'll
mean, I
wake
did
up.
get stabbed a fair amount too, so.
You'll wake up on your own in 2 hours.
Fortunately, I can't do more than that.
Yeah. So while that's happening, what are Macaria and I guess you follow, right? So a few minutes later,
I mean, do we know where they went?
I think for the sake of like, yes, like it's not that difficult. You knew the
I
direction.
blow my signal whistle.
Perfect. Okay.
Sure.
So yeah, you're like, where did they go? And then off in the distance, you just hear like,
Okay, yes,
You follow the 8's footprints on the
I will
roof.
Follow the dude.
oh my god, that's perfect because you have a signal whistle, right?
yeah.
Yes, I do.
But eight.
I
But
always
eight.
find one.
What good is a signal whistle if you have no mouth to blow it?
Oh no. Oh no.
So what do? You put it in Jewel's mouth and like push on her lungs? You play her like a
Just,
bellows?
compress.
So you just jam the whistle into her mouth and just like squish her lungs to make her blow the right. I have no mouth, but I must blow. Yep, there you go. So you just use your friends like a bagpipe, like a big cat bagpipe. Great.
That's
Sorry.
great. That's a good
Sorry, I love
visual.
cats.
Oh,
Go ask
man.
that store over guy if he
Yeah.
can blow this whistle for you.
Okay.
Maybe he can give you just a quick
You
little
can just
blow.
you can tell him that he just needs to put his lips together and blow.
So I'm willing to pay you 5 dragons to blow for me.
What kind of a person do you think I am? How dare you?
No, you are mistaken. I have the genital. You can see.
Yeah, look, this is not an innuendo. There's nothing to, you can't do it.
No. There we go.
Okay. Anyway, we get there.
Perfect.
Looking up from the actual street. Are you guys still on the roof? Did 8 bring her down?
Yeah, I mean, I think they're still up on the roof because that's more the most visible like position.
You're not supposed to move bodies until you identify what's wrong with them.
She was stabbed.
Yeah, there's like poison and stuff. I don't know.
Yeah,
not
do you want to?
trained
I
in
mean, do you want to get up there and make like a medicine check, Macaria?
Me?
Yeah, I don't know. you're a
Isn't she
cleric.
already stabilized?
Yeah, but I just mean like to find out what happened to her.
You want me to climb up on that roof? Can't you just bring her down? She'll be fine.
I am the dungeon master. I don't want shit from you people, but I'm just saying you might want to do it for yourselves.
I know, but I don't see myself climbing up the
Screw
roof.
you, Macaria.
Macaria is just
Look, I know what's wrong with her. I do it myself.
I'm not
I
on the
work it
roof. I refuse.
Okay, all right, you're not on the roof. Fine.
I work it out. I work
Okay.
out the
She's been poisoned. The poison did not stop her heart, thankfully. But yeah, it's like a tiny little stab wound in the neck.
I'm vaguely aware in the back of my mind that you're supposed to suck poison out of things, but as we have
That's right. You
established,
can neither
I
suck
don't
nor
have a-
blow. Damn.
yeah, so
Life is hard.
I pick her up over one shoulder and then just kind of do the hudum,
Just drop down.
big jump off.
Okay.
I look at Jewel and I say, she's still alive. And that's
Yeah.
like because you already did all the medicine stuff. So I'm just like going to be the most unhelpful person ever.
It's nice of you to join us.
Yes, well, we didn't see what direction you had gone, so we had to follow your trail of breadcrumbs, very large, broken roof-shaped breadcrumbs. Did you see, is this a dead end or?
You there, peasant. What happened here?
Do you want Jewel to be awake?
So
for
you look
this?
over and there's this dude. Look at his he's got a great face. Ugh. And he's smoking his pipe. And
I suppose it would be easier to not have to carry her. You get 11 hit points, Jewel.
Okay, so you're coming to. You're rescued from the grasp of.
I think it's 11. It might be. No, it's 12 now. You get 12 hit points.
And so Store looks up. And he exhales a cloud of bluish smoke, and he looks at you, and he's like, "You talking to me?"
I don't see anyone else around.
You must be talking to me then. Nope.
Please.
Nope.
No?
I don't think I saw nothing. Heard some noises. Stayed inside. Where it's safe.
I actually know where they've gone already, 8, so this conversation with this annoying person is completely pointless.
Hey now. That's hurtful. You don't know me.
But accurate.
Yup.
Well. Jewel,
Like, turn to
now
the other...
you're
Turn,
awake.
Does Jewel wake up at some point?
Yeah, you're awake.
I
Yeah,
gave you hit
yeah,
points.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
pops up and just like, carriage. We need to go after the carriage, and then like tries to scramble up
Get
and
him.
take over eight.
like,
I do very
Oh,
gentle,
jackal.
like, pet cat head. Pet. It's
Just stop it. Just stop.
The carriage. It went that way, and they have the person, the imps. They gave it to the. There were more imps. There were a lot of them.
The devils told me that they were taking the stone to the Castle Lanters. So I'm
Oh.
assuming the Castle Lanter estate will be the place to go.
Why did I chase them?
Because you were already out the window before I'd had a chance to perform my brilliant plan.
Oh. Well,
It was
it worked out in the end.
It's fine. You're fine. Everything's fine. Let's
Thank you,
see
Macario.
if we can catch up to them.
Hold
Did you
on.
murder her, Macario?
I just returned her to the state which I found her in.
You're not wrong.
Hold on. Before we go, if we know that this is the handoff to their masters anyway, it would be wise to prepare against these creatures.
Yeah. Jewel's like dripping with blood.
Oh, sorry. What sort of check? Fuck, I can't even ask that. No. Ignore.
Okay.
To know something about
I might. Yeah, I might say we need to prepare anyway, but I wouldn't have the solution.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I think we
That's
need to
fine.
move.
I'm really bad at that.
As much as I'd like to put extra time into preparing, I think we need to move as quickly as possible. With the Stone of Galore, they probably have some lead on what we're looking for, and I'd like for them to have it in their hands as little time as possible.
Very well.
So, is there just a list of noble houses and where exactly they are? I don't
No,
spend
but
much
it's the
time.
kind of information that we can find very simply, I'm sure. Just the same way that we walked into the front gate of the Growlhund Manor. There's going to be some place for these castle enters as well as a family.
Flunal, no.
We could also follow these tracks, and she points to like the cart.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So the most immediate thing, because they've been, like, we know as players playing a game that has time, like it's been less than a couple of minutes since they took off, right? You haven't been unconscious that long, so you could track.
Oh, it's
you could
been so short a time. Okay.
Yeah. Because there was only 2 death saves, right? Like
Yeah.
8 showed up right away, and then you guys showed up like 5 or 6 rounds later.
Could I
Well-
track them using survival, Adam?
You could try, yeah, totally.
I think that's several of us. So like you could have advantage or whatever.
Who has the best check? Let's make sure we do this
I have
correctly.
4. because
have
I'm
four.
wise.
You actually have the best one because I have a 3.
Yeah, I'm very wise. You know,
So
Merkel
I-
tells me
I will help you
where the horses went.
and you track using survival.
Okay. So I pout for a moment and then agree to do the thing that helps us with the story. 20.
Okay. All right. So you look down. You can see horse hoof prints in the mud of the alley. You can see the tracks that lead away, and we see you look up like Makaria the Bloodhound. You have the trail, and you can continue on after them. So let's take our last break here, and when we get back, we will chase after this wagon and see what we come up with. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.